the Western slash white world would have us believe that energy is not a language, and it is a language, they just don't speak it. Hello, and welcome back to Bri Speaks podcast. I am your host, Bri Speaks, who created the 7 narcissistic social hierarchies of control. The 7 narcissistic social hierarchies of control are patriarchy, capitalism, corporatism, racism, ableism / ageism, speciesism, and Abrahamic religions. Those are the 7 pillars that control our minds. These are the pillars of the Matrix. Like literally, I'm going to do a video soon that talks about how the movie The Matrix maps onto my channel, because like they literally say, do you ever feel like you're in prison, but you're like, but you're not? Like you feel like so your life is not your own. Like all the things that he talks about, he doesn't give them words, but I'm giving you. There are 7 narcissistic social hierarchies in your life right now that have programmed your brain that makes you think, I'm a woman, so I have to have a husband, or that's the patriarchy, or I have to have this amount of money in order to be worthy. I have to have this net worth. That's what capitalism tells you. That's a lie. Corporatism says I have to have a better title. I have to get to a promotion. I have to have this title. I have to be in this position in order to be worthy. That's corporatism. That's hierarchy. That's teaching. That's a lie. That's a lie. Racism tells you I got to be this shade. I have to have this hair texture. I have to wear my hair this way. I have to have my eyes this color. Like all this crap. That's what racism tells you. That's a lie. And racism can break down into colorism or texturism or featureism or whatever, all the isms that are birthed out of racism, all of those in there, they're all lies, okay? And then I go on, and then you have the rest of my 7 pillars. So those things are the things that make up the way we think, and those things are the things that make up the Matrix. And so we are here to deprogram our minds to let everyone know you are good enough to be happy. Like you should be happy being just who you are. Full stop. Like you need to learn to be and just be and be happy with being, and like not happy being doing. Like people, this world makes you want to do. Do. But we need to learn how to just be. And so thank you for being here with me, Bri Speaks. All right. But I'm not a rapper. And I'm so happy to be talking to you guys today. You can't see it because I've been consistently posting on my Mondays, every Monday since I started this. But I haven't been able to actually record for like several weeks to a month, or it's been some time. And that is because I moved again. So if you're new here, I have moved probably, I think since I moved from when I divorced my husband in March. I moved in with my cousin, who said I can stay with her for free. And, you know, it was this glitz and glam of an offer. It was too good to be true. Turns out it was too good to be true. So moved in March. So then I moved out of her house a month and a half later, and I moved with my sister in April or May, I think May. So I was with her for 2 months, and then with my sister. But then things happened, and long story short, had to move out of that apartment. And so now we just moved in with now we're moving with my dad. We both his daughters. 2 out of the 3 of his daughters had to move in with him all at once. Luckily he had 2 empty rooms. He's a empty nester. And so he said we could stay here, you know, and those terms and conditions, there are terms and conditions that apply. And so I'm not staying here very long, but all that to say, it has been such a long time since I've actually got to sit down and record an episode. And I am so happy to be able to do that today. And so today's topic will fall under the pillar of racism. And these friends, you're not going to like me, probably, but here we go. Today, I want to talk about energetic literacy because, see, the Western slash white world would have us believe that energy is not a language. And it is a language, they just don't speak it. And I realized this because of 2 conversations that are currently happening on the internet. There's the Quiet on the Creek conversation with Saucy Santana. If you're not familiar with it, Saucy Santana, a American Black rapper, TV show personality, just famous person for being famous musician for sure, does music. So and so he said, but I had to be quiet. Here I'll put in the video so I don't have to be Saucy Santana.
Okay, so Carisha got me a snapper. I never had this before. It's a big blue dolphin, and it got a head on me. And she said you gotta chew like a dog, cause the bone was clear.
Let me get a piece.
This one?
I like the skin. See?
Girl, that's good. Carisha, if you chew real good, just eat the bones, just swallow it fast. You ain't gonna know.
No, if you swallow, you gotta eat a piece of bread.
You can eat a piece of bread. Everybody know the Carisha. Everybody know that. And I used to go fishing when I was a little girl. You gotta be real quiet on the creek. I like this. Thank you. Carisha, so why the head got...
And so that was him, saying Quiet on the Creek. And then, everyone started saying, oh my God, what is Quiet on the Creek? Of course. And so he capitalized on that, shout out to him, and made a song. And now there's a song, Quiet on the Creek. Anyways, y'all let you go. You'll listen to it. And everyone, I will say everyone was asking what is Quiet on the Creek, but it was mostly these people. And I love a good eyeshadow matching outfit moment. I just do. It just does something for me. I don't know what exactly, but it does something good. It does something good to me. And I'm just, one day, I don't know. I was gonna say one day I'll tone it down, and then I was like, no, I'm not. I mean, if I want to, I will, but right now I don't want to, so I won't. Oh, I look so cute. So it was mainly these folks who was asking, what does Quiet on the Creek mean? Another internet phenomenon is these people have been talking about code switching. The Caucasian people have just started using code switching and saying that they're code switching because they are going from what they call internet lingo, which we know is just African American Black vernacular language, and that they picked up on, and then they use it on the internet, and then they start using it on the internet, and then they use it in their real lives, and then they start using it in their real lives, and then they have to go from them using the internet language that they picked up from the internet from Black people out loud to saying it back to their Caucasian selves. Going back to their household regular selves in the office, and they see that as code switching, when that's not ever what code switching was or what it is, and they don't understand that there is an energetic shift that Black people have to do whenever we go from going from our Black, happy, casual, regular just selves to we're like, hi, yeah, how are you? Are you doing well? Good. How are the kids? Oh my God. Tell Jonathan I said hello. I'm like, yeah, of course. That's my corporate persona, and it's disgusting. It's an entire, I have to shift in energies into not entire different being, but literally an entire different version of myself. And that takes energy. It takes energy to do that. Y'all not using energy to talk the way you normally talk with, it's just no, if anything, you are, I don't know, you're shifting gears in your car. You're not changing vehicles entirely. You're just I don't even shifting gears. I feel like it's still giving it too much credit. But yeah, so it's there's that energetic language that's happening when Black people go from being ourselves, who we are, our authentic selves, to being this fake version of ourselves to perform whiteness for white people, to make white people feel comfortable, because white people hold the systemic power, and so we have to accommodate the feelings of white people in order to be able to get by in this world that you white people have built. I don't understand why that is. Okay, but so anyways, they don't understand what code switching actually is, why Black people started, how Black people still do it every single day. White people, I was thinking about this the other day too. White people have never experienced, they rarely have to experience people of color, like people, like everyone else, the global majority, they rarely have to experience the global majority, because every time the global majority goes to interact with white people, all of the global majorities, like we transform into, we conform into something that white people can then tolerate or white people feel comfortable seeing. So white people never actually have to like, even whenever like white people come to travel to different places, we create entire tourist locations, tourist bubbles, tourist hubs that are the watered down and white versions of our cultures, of our languages, of our rituals, of our traditions, of our languages, of our cultures. We water it down and make an entire area just so that white people can have a place to go and feel familiar and comfortable with a little bit of culture sprinkled on top. Like that, the entire world bows down to assimilate to the white gaze. It's disgusting. I'm just like, as I think about it, I'm just like, the white people are so awful because they are spoiled brats. They've never been taught how to deal with and interact with other children on the playground. And I'll say this till I'm literally blue in the face, it's only been 10,000 years that culture, this patriarchal, this external world only, this written and spoken language only, and energetic language doesn't count. Like, for many years, that before language was developed, before we could speak, before we used our words, we spoke through just sign language and body language. That was first. Like, but before that, it was just energy. Like, I talk about this as like, as I've been strengthening my animal communication, my psychic abilities, if you will, especially after I went to my ayahuasca retreat. It was like, before, it was like kind of like when I was looking through my third eye before, and looking through my crown chakra, it was like looking through a colander or a strainer. Like, actually, here's a good example. It was like looking looking through this, like I could see stuff, I could feel stuff, I could smell it. But then it was like when I did my ayahuasca trip, it was just like, now I can see and feel and hear, and it's like all of my intuitions, all of my psychic abilities, they're like, whoa. They're so much better. And that is, all of those psychic abilities are just being able to read energy. That is being like, when you have a third eye, when you feel someone looking at you, like you can feel someone staring at the back of your head, like that is your energy. That is your energy body picking up the energy body of another person. Like, that is what that is. That's you reading energy. You even read energy you can't see with your two eyes, which is perfectly fine, because energy is not, it is felt. Energy is felt. Energy is not seen. It is like energy. Everything in the world is energy. And so, like, but you know that there are some energies, some wavelengths that the humans can't see, like infrared or like X-ray or MRIs. Like, there are different wavelengths of light that we can't see, but they are still there. Energy is a ever present, I don't want to call it a molecule, but an ever-present piece of matter. Even like light is a energy, literally. And so, all psychic abilities are developing your ability to read energy. And Black people have excellent reading energy abilities. Like, the way that we talk, the way that we're like, hey girl versus hey girl versus girl, or like girl, or like girl, like, just like, I can say girl 24 and 5 million ways, and it's the same word, but each of them have different energies. But white people will be like, I'm not sure if I understand what you like. They literally, I've heard them say they hate tonic languages that are really just a variation in different tones, because tones are different. It's a version of having to read energy, and in science already says that body language is 80% of communication. And that is that is all that shows how much like verbal communication is so little in the entire transpondence of communicating a message to somebody else. And then I was looking at the telepathy tapes, right? The telepathy tapes, it was talking about how autistic parents specifically kept reporting the phenomenon of their autistic children being able to read their minds. And I, as someone here, I reported, when I was getting divorced, before I told anybody I was getting a divorce, my son asked me like, hey mom, how you doing? I was like, I'm fine. I was just like, he's like, what you doing? And I was like, oh, just thinking about my husband at the time, and he was like, "What you thinking about, a divorce?" And mind you, I was thinking about a divorce, but I hadn't said anything to him about it. I hadn't told anyone I was thinking about it. I hadn't displayed any signs of like that's what I was thinking about. But it's just like, but the boy knew. But the boy knew. He knew. He knew. He knew. Neurodivergent people and neurodivergent children specifically, they are very energetically sensitive, especially the nonverbal ones. And it was particularly the children who were nonverbal, the ones who didn't talk, they could tell, like, and it's not just that they can, read their parents' mind. And mind you, they did tests where they put the parents in separate rooms, and then they had them, write messages and like had the parents say something or think something, and then had the kid in a different room, like, replay it, like, and they did it back and forth, and it worked all the way, it worked both ways. It is telepathic, but that is just energy. That's energy being passed back and forth between two people. You can send, like, I call them energy packets, like, because I like my this bearded dragon here, he will send energy packets. He, like, they know when you're talking to them, they know when you're talking about them. You can send, like, I call them energy packets. And energy packets are not, they're like their feelings, like I can send, like, feelings to my sister, and she can send feelings to me. Like, one time I was taking a shower, this just happened the other day. I was taking a shower, and I was in there, and I was like having a good time, like, just enjoying myself, and then something inside of me was just like, Sabrina wants to take a shower and I'm taking too long. And I was just like, dang, Sabrina thinks I'm taking too long in the shower. And I was like, all right, so let me hurry up and get out. And then I got out, and then Sabrina, my sister, she was out there, and she was like, good, I'm glad you got out, because I felt like you was taking too long, and I wanted to get in. I was like, I knew it. I was like, I felt it. I was like, she consciously or unconsciously sent that thought to me, and I just felt it. I knew it was her, and so I was mindful of that. So we can talk telepathically if we allow ourselves to believe in that capability of doing that, and if we allow our minds to work with such intention, because it works with, like, a lot of it. You have to be intentional, like, or you don't have to be intentional. It depends on how energetically connected you are with yourself. My little sister is very energetically connected with herself, and she's also very energetically connected to me. So we send each other stuff by accident all the time. So that, that's that. But you can, if you can do it with other people, with that you're less close to, with more intention. If that's like it happens all the time. Like, I had a girlfriend the other day. She texted me. So I texted her. I was like, I just kept thinking about her. And I was just like, let me just text her. And I was like, hey girl, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. And she was like, oh my God, I was just talking about you. I was just thinking about you. And she had something to tell me. She told me my story. She told me she had tell me. I'm just like, y'all, what do y'all think that's, everyone just thinks that's a coincidence? No. And if you work with that energy and you work intentionally with that energy, you strengthen that muscle of receiving messages from other people and giving messages to other people telepathically. It's like, it's not even hard. And then you can close your eyes and you can start seeing pictures. Like, it's great. And then your dreams start getting stronger. And then it's just, and your dreams start working with you. It's easy. Like, I want to say it's just like easy science. In my mind, it's easy science. It's easy science. But the Caucasian world wants you to think that is that's that woo woo juju, and that's, oh, you're a witch. And then they want to burn you at the stake, and then they say you're crazy. But it's like, no, they are energetically illiterate, y'all. And this is what I figured out. They are energetically illiterate. And then something else that came to me was, because I was in Tennessee recently for like a little vacation. I mean, it was all these people in Tennessee, but occasionally it will be one of us, and a few things happen. The biggest thing I would say is when I was getting a tour of this like resort grounds by one of the concierge people, and they were, of this color. And but then I saw one of us walking, and we gave each other, the hey, good to see you, like, I see you around, like, it was like a nice little friendly exchange. And it wasn't that big. It wasn't that big of an exchange. It was like a, hey, how's it going? Hey, good to see you. That was it. That was all. That was it. And then we kept going. And then the concierge person was like, hey, oh yeah, hey, do you know them? And I was like, no, we don't. He's like, oh, okay, yeah. I was just like, no, we just say hey. And I was thinking how, like, all white people think that all black people know each other. Every time we say hey to each other, anytime black people are together, they think that, oh, those black people must know each other. And that is because one, it's like, I want to say, yeah, they're ignorant, but then it's just like, no, what they are sensing something that I feel like black people, we don't realize how powerful it is, but we are energetically similar. We are energetically neighbors. We're energetically very close, versus when white people are also, you can put a group of white people together and they're all still on their own energetic little islands. When we put a bunch of black people together, all of our energy becomes one big conglomerate mass of blackness. It is wonderful. And you can see it whenever the videos, I'm gonna see if I can find them. The videos where white people are said, "I swag with a sir." Now I'm surfer, I'm hypnotic. White people do it. They're all going in different directions. They're all doing like just weird shit. And it's just like some people are doing different dances, but then when black people are all together and and I got that swag, and we find the rhythm like that, you know. Okay, so like, and then we all hit the beat, and then we're all in one motion, we're all in one rhythm, we're all one heartbeat, and we can do all of that without saying one fucking word to one another. We do that without saying one word we don't have to say a god dang thing, and we all know what's up. That is the power of the black consciousness, but white people see it and black people don't. White people see it, but black people don't. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? We have the power to organize ourselves with nothing but song and rhythm, and white people they hate it. They see it and they hate it. When black people get together, it is strength in numbers. That is like we are connected at an on the energetic level, but then on the 3D, in the 3D, y'all, we are a little disconnected in the 3D. In the 3D, we got a lot going on. But for white people, it's the opposite. It's in the 3D, they are connected, but and then energetically, they're very, very disconnected because they're all blind to each other. They're all in hierarchies. They're all trying to dominate one another. They're very energetically disconnected, but in the 3D, they move in lockstep. They move literally like a cult. They have a hive mind. But the bonds that they have in the 3D are weak. They are alliances, right? We are a white alliance, and we will stick together in our whiteness to ensure that we stay on top no matter what. But we will screw each other over trying to be the top whiteness. Versus black people are we're just trying to survive. We're trying to live our lives. We just wish everyone would leave us alone, and then we will take care of ourselves, and that's it. But we have this solidarity, and the white people don't really understand this. But the more that they racism against us, the more solidarity that we have standing together with one another, because we have more shared experiences. And the more shared experiences a group of people have, the stronger their consciousness is going to be, because we have the same. What's understood doesn't have to be said. Literally, we understand things that don't have to be said, and that is dangerous to white institutions who depend on everything. That their whole entire legal system is based off of who said what, who wrote what, who saw what. It is everything on the 3D, but we can do everything without saying or writing down anything. That is how we used to. We used to do it through storytelling. We still do it through storytelling, which is how we still have such a strong consciousness to the day, because we always talking to each other. We're always telling each other things. We're always making sure we're in community. We're always fellowshipping. We're always at our barbecues, and it makes us so strong, and we pass along our stories. They burned every book that we got, and somehow, some way, we still pass down the ancient knowledge. And even when they cut our lineages off, we still Taurus. And even if we are pulled from our islands, pulled from our families, and isolated, surrounded nothing but white people, our genetic code wakes up inside of us and puts the knowledge back into us anyway. That is the problem that they have with us. That is why they hate us. Y'all, it is so powerful. It is so powerful that we speak through energy. and the universe, because the universe speaks through energy. Like, and as I was saying earlier, that is how we can talk to animals. That is why Black people are so connected with animals. When we work with animals, when we can talk with our animals, when you see these Black moms be like, y'all get over here. And that's because we send energy. We eat with our words, even if they're in English or not. It doesn't matter if we speak in English or Spanish. Our animals understand us because we're sending the energy to them, and they understand it. And we understand them when they make faces. We understand when our dogs are happy. We understand because they get that energy back. But white people, they have to study, they have to read, and they have to say, like, okay, this expression means this out of an animal. Okay, this behavior out of an animal means this out of an animal. When we can just look at an animal, we can just be with an animal for a certain amount of time, and then we'll understand the animal. We can be with our plants. We got all these Black, beautiful, earthy plant mamas on YouTube and on TikTok, and it's because we see them speaking love into our plants. We put love into our anything that we care about, that we have life energy exchanges with. We understand them from an energetic level. We know when our plants are like, they're kind of like wilting, they look a little sad, and so we put some water on it. We need a little sunlight. Like, we know energetically, we can feel the energy from our plants and our animals and other people. White people need a manual to figure all of that out. When I was in Peru and I was on my ayahuasca trip, all the white people kept asking, how out of all of the plants in the whole Amazon jungle were your ancestors able to pick out this specific plant, ayahuasca, as the plant that is now this great plant medicine. And then all of the natives, they were like, they always laughed, and they were like, white people always ask that. They didn't say that, but they said, oh, you people always ask that, or you all, people who come always ask that question. And then so they gave this, what I call the whitewash version. Of like, it came to them in their dreams. And I'm just like, no, it's like, yeah, and I'm sure that is a part of it. But again, I picked up their energy, and their energy is like, they don't understand energy. And so I'm gonna give them a version that they understand. And I understand that the actual version is, because they can talk to the plants. They were talking about it the whole time we were there. It's how you can talk to the plants. You can observe the plants, and you can taste the plants. You can go on a diet for the plant, so you can understand the plant better by just eating nothing but the plant. Like, you can do all kinds of things to connect with the energy of a plant, of an animal, of a person. It's all the same. It's just spending time with it. Literally, it's all the same. It's just spending time with something and paying attention to them, and looking at them and their needs, instead of looking at yourself and your own needs all the goddamn time. And voila, you understand another living being. Like, it's really not that hard, but white people just refuse to learn that lesson. They just refuse. And so that's okay, because I am now calling all Black people to wake up to their psychic powers. Again, white people, y'all could do it too, but y'all still have that white narcissism is there. Like, for like, it's like it almost, I want to say, it almost doesn't matter who you are. It is just like that entitlement, that external, that I need to be better, I need to be higher than, I can't work with other people without even exchanges of like material goods or money, or it's like, I don't know. So I'm scared for white people to wake up their psychic abilities, because they'll just use it for evil. Like, if this one guy learned how to astral travel, and the FBI made him use it to spy on other people. Like, anytime anything good is created or made, white people figure out the way to use it in the worst way humanly possible. They literally figure out, how can I use this in the worst way humanly possible? How can I hurt as many people as possible? How can I control as many people as possible? How can I dominate as many people? How can I take advantage of people? Like, whenever I think of making anything, the first thing that comes to mind is like, okay, how can I make sure that white people don't exploit this? Like, that is what I think about now. It's like, okay, if I think of something good, how can I make sure that white people don't exploit this? Like, that's my biggest fear, is just being exploited by white people. No, it's not. I don't fear being exploited by white people, because it just ain't gonna happen. It just ain't gonna happen. It just ain't gonna happen. That's all I'm gonna say. That is so, yeah. So that is what I want to talk about. It's like, energy is a language, and white people don't speak it. And it is consequential for across the entire planet Earth, entire planet globe. All melanated people, we do speak it. It's not just Black people, but melanated people in general speak and they understand energy. They understand, and which is also, understanding energy also comes with understanding respect and reciprocity. White people are so extractive and so exploitative because they don't understand that things have energy and you have to give back, or it's not, or like from a karmic level, like they, like, if you don't, like, yeah, like if you don't understand that there's more to the world than what meets the eye, than literally what you see here, then you don't understand that it will go like, the reciprocity like that. It's that everything's connected. You don't understand that everything is connected. If you only see things from the external point of view, you don't see how everything is connected. And so you don't understand how what you're doing now is going to impact you later. It's not even that it's going to impact it later. It's going to impact you later. It's just, and not even like, and it's like, no matter what, you can try to duck it, dodge it. It may not be in this life, but it might be in the next one. But hey, they don't understand energy. And I don't know how we can and should take advantage of that, but that is one of the biggest, I feel like, gaping weaknesses I've ever seen in an enemy that I've ever seen. I'm like, they can't talk telepathically. They can't read minds. They can't read body language. They can't, like, they can, but they can only do it if they study it. They can't do it. And then even then they're doing it based on what they study. So if we change it, and which is why culture is like, that's why culture is alive. It's always changing. And Black people have been doing this as well. Every time white people steal our shit and they mess it up, we just change it. But so they can study body language all they want to. But if we both energetically in that moment understand that we understand that they understand, we both will understand, okay, I'm gonna change something up a little bit so that they don't understand, and then you'll understand that, and then we can shift in real time accordingly, because we speak through energy, and energy is instant. Energy exchanges are instant. They are in the moment, they are present, they are understood, they're live, they move, they grow, they shift as needed. They energy reads the energy, so it moves with the energy. Energy is a frequency. Once people are in the same rhythm, in the same vibe, in the same frequency, there's no pulling them apart. You can study the frequency all you want to, but if you're not in the frequency, you're not in the frequency, and that's it. And so I'm just like, I don't know what we can do with this, but as a Black, so all melanated people, first of all melanated people, we all have our own frequencies. Like, if you have a culture, then you guys have what is understood doesn't have to be said. You have something in your culture where you and other people from your culture, y'all look at each other, y'all know like that this is that, and you don't got to say nothing. So all melanated people have it, except white people. I don't think they have that. I don't think they have like a culture of, like, maybe the narcissist, like the evil, like the cult one. Well, even then they still have to like say stuff out loud, like even if it's like in a weird threatening way, like oh, you know what that means, like they'll still say it. But like Black people and other melanated people can just be like, you can just say, okay, go ahead if you want to, like I don't like, so yeah, so we all have that, but Black people, I feel like there's a certain strength. There is a certain strength in our energetic, like, bonds. Like, even if we don't like each other, like even the ones who, like a Candace Owens, like she's out of the frequency. She's out of the frequency. But I feel like there's still parts of her that could pick up some of the frequency if she allowed herself to do so. So I'm like, even the most non-Black people, if you are a Black person, there is some part of the Black frequency you can pick up on, and that is how powerful our frequency is as a Black people. Whereas other cultures and groups of people, I'm like, I'm just not sure if everyone can do that. So yeah, I think that's all. I think that's all for right now and for today. Black people, we need to learn how to take advantage of the strength that we have, that is being energetic beings. We are the most energetically literate people on planet Earth naturally. And so we need to figure out how to utilize that in our fight for sovereignty. I don't even want to say liberation, because we are free, but I want sovereignty for us. I want us to be able to make our own choices, make our own decisions, do what we want to do for ourselves without any hindrance, and just being able to enact action on our own behalf, for our own behalf, because we want to. So yeah, we need to figure that out. And then white people, they can't read energy, and I feel like that'll be good for us somehow, some way, and we'll figure out how to use it in the near future. All right. Thank you for coming. I hope this was helpful. If you want to support, you can buy one of my mugs from BriSpeaks.co. I am going to put up a mug that says Black women first, because I love that. I just love that saying of Black women first. Because like, we're never first, and I feel like we should be first. Also, my last name starts with a W, and so I also have I have this thing about putting, so whenever I was there, whenever there was a roll call and it's always by last name by alphabet and I'm a W. And so I'm always getting called last, and it'll always be fun. There will always be one substitute out of a billion, out of 100,000 who would have a lower last name. So then they would do the roll call backwards. And so it always like just make my day. And so I always just love whatever the people who are always put last are put first for multiple reasons. And so I want to make a mug that says Black women first, just because we should be first. And we are first. We were the first people to walk this planet. Like, so Black women first, Black women are first, Black women were first, Black women should always be first. I don't know. That's just, I'm biased. Fine. Boo, jump scare. This is Future Bri here. I was able to create an entire Black woman first line. I am really excited to show you guys because I think it's fabulous. It's like, honestly, it's per. This is my Black women first collection. All right, so I've got some journals. So this is a hardback journal that's bound for, I will use this for like journal entries, and then I also have a soft cover, more like notebook. It has a perforated edge, so you can tear pages out of this one. I choose the 92%, and then on the other side it says Black women first cropped hoodie, super cute. We've got t-shirts, we've got tanks, bigger hoodies, sweatshirts. Oh, I love it. So that is my new Black Women First collection. And if you're here and you stop by, always feel free to pick up your 7 Narcissistic Social Hierarchies of Control mug if you want a mug that talks about, how you're going to break out the matrix, and you can talk to people about it over coffee. So just, FYI, if you guys haven't been on my website, and then these are my most recommended videos. These are the videos that I recommend for all people. If you're new to this channel and you haven't watched anything, these are my videos that I am like most proud of, and I recommend that you guys watch. Okay, that is all. So thank you. Please go get some Black Women First merch. I am personally obsessed. And so yeah, enjoy. Bye. But I also speak a lot of facts. So anyways, yeah, or you can also join my members only. I'm currently talking about my astral projection journey. So I am trying to learn how to astral project. I think it's one of the coolest things you could probably ever learn how to do. Whenever you hear people have that out of body experience, they're just like, oh my God, it's like such a wild and free and life-changing thing. And I want that for myself. And so I've been working on that. And so I'm posting that journey in my members only, along with, just other stuff. I just put gems and like downloads and quick things and just stuff, just whatever's on my mind goes in there. And it's I think it's fun. I think it's interesting. Other people think it's interesting. There are other people in there. So yeah, come join my members only and watch me as I learn how to astral project out, and maybe one day I'll come and visit you. And that's it. I'm gonna start doing some tarot readings in there, and I do want to do some tarot readings. And maybe I'll do tarot readings for people who subscribe to my members only. Yeah, or I don't know. Does that feel invasive? Anyways, join my members only, and then we can talk about how I can use my new tarot. I got tarot powers now. I can do tarot now. It's like that just happened. So that's also really cool. And so thing that Black people can do, and it's like as I look into all the tarot ladies, a lot of them are Black women, which are so beautiful. And it's just because like we have such an energetic connection to the world. And now that I understand how to do it, and now that it works for me, I'm just like, whew, like y'all, the things Black people, like we literally have a direct connect to the spirit world. Like if you allow yourself to wake up from these programs, these 7 narcissistic programs that control your mind, if you just like let them all go completely 100% and start living your life in alignment with who you are as a person, your life would change in wonderful and grand ways. Wonderful and grand ways. You would literally be able to talk to the universe. So that's all. So you can support me in those ways, or of course you can always donate to my Cash App at Bri Speaks 2 and BRI Speaks 2 on Cash App. All right, thanks for coming. I love you so much. The God in me loves the God in you. Practice your energy letters, your energy reading, and don't let the white supremacy get you down today, because they're falling out of power, falling out of favor. Their start is the payment that they had. The bill is come due. The bill is come due. All right. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye. Wow. As I was recording this, I was going to go get a TikTok about something else, but then this comes up.
My content was stolen. Let's roll the clips. I need you to be quiet and let me over-explain it.
You need to be quiet and let me over-explain it.
Women with ADHD need their safe people to over-explain to.
Women with ADHD need their safe people to over-explain to.
Because there is something in us that feels the need to tell you everything.
There's something in us that feels the need to tell you everything.
I know you didn't ask us to, but if we don't explain every detail to you, we think that you think we're lying.
You're not asking us everything, but for some reason, if we don't tell you everything, we feel like you think that we're lying. This is real life colonizer behavior and very unacceptable. Lori and I happen to both work with the same brands because, of course, we're both in the same niche, probably because she copies other ADHD creators. I don't know. But I will be sending a copy of my video and her video to one of the brands that we both seem to have worked with because I think it's important that they know that the creators that are representing their brand are stealing content from other creators. Stealing other people's content is not okay. Here, I'll just put it up. It makes me want to throw up.